Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're back in Scotland, Maxwell Park. And as you can see, over in the distance there is someone walking in Maxwell Park. I have done some shenanigans, shall we say, behind the scenes. As with TV, things are not always as they seem in games. Especially when you're detailing and trying to do stuff that isn't technically supported in the game. It is 3 mods though, and I've got a couple of mods installed. And our little people there are using it. Whether it works once AI get involved, which they might do around here, we'll see. We'll see. We may have to scrap the idea. Or not have AI and build our own, then they will not interfere with our park. But I love it. What are we up to today? Langside. Not sure how you pronounce that. Langside? Langside. Old Langside. That's not it, is it? No, that's something different. But yes, Langside I'm going to go with until corrected. Bit of a build. Again, we'll be trying out this very mod we're staring at. Let's bring up the UI. I've also listened to your advice and suggestions for the transitions. Now, I tried out... Oh, we've got a train coming. Look at that. Let's get back down here. I did try out a much longer transition. It was a bit too much, wasn't it? So they're going to be shorter again. Do not fear. There we go. There's a class 320 pulling in to Maxwell Park Station. Will people get off and go visit the area, the park? I will show you how it was done. So if we head over here, well, what's the best thing to do? Click on here. You'll see we have actual pavements heading through. Not all the way, just where we need it. We don't need to overcomplicate things, although we could maybe add a few more. But inside this building is another building. I could have used the magnet mod, but I didn't have it installed. So I used one of Mad Hatter's tiny or small terraced commerce buildings and just put that in there. And rotated it so we only had a single path going through the door. But yeah, if we bring up the road tool here, I've locked all the pavements in there. They don't actually touch. There are pedestrian only access points at each. How many we got? 4? Yeah, all 4 of these. And obviously the actual commerce building hidden in here that draws the people in. So yeah, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on for Maxwell Park now. But it is lovely to see people getting off at Maxwell Park and going and visiting the park. Perhaps we can put some more buildings hidden away in that giant building and encourage more people to get there. We've still got to detail up here a little bit. Now then, the release date for Train Sim World 2's Cathcart Circle Route DLC. I believe it's the 10th of June. I could have left that up, possibly made a note, but it's somewhere around there. That's when we're heading out. The video may be a little bit delayed. We possibly could have a live stream as well of that. But we'll be travelling around in a Class 314. I did make some notes, just not enough. And we don't have those, unfortunately. But we do have the 320, so we'll run those. But we get to ride in a 314 around here. Not on this map. We'll see how Dovetail approached the map. I'm going to say they did a better job than me. Straight off the bat. We're limited, aren't we? We've got to improvise a lot more. We're also not true to life in scale. So I'm just looking forward to it. I watched a bit of the trailer for the Cathcart route. It goes all the way up to Newton, I believe. And possibly the other way that we've got on here. Newton. I can't remember where Newton is. I don't know. It extends past the Cathcart Circle itself. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to driving that. Right, over here. Pollock Shores East. I have removed the C. I did accidentally put a C in. We've got a Morrison's in progress just here by request. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Obviously, we're running out of space down here. I did manage to squeeze in the football pitch. That took some doing. In fact, this little bit here, this section here took about 5 hours because I spent most of it hunting down ideal mods. Couldn't find some of them. Is that Broxy? No, you didn't see anything. I sort of like it. It's the feel that I'm going for, and it's almost there. I was missing some mods, but I've put them in as placeholders. There is something I want to do with this, but I need to find the correct mod to get some little standing areas. There's some stands around here. I could possibly do it with these, to be fair. Especially if you get these, you can make little stands. The only problem is, it will take a little bit of doing, wouldn't it? But we could line them up with the pitch and go something like that and just have some concrete. That's not concrete. Some concrete stands here. We could always shrink it down quite a bit if we go with small here. Just to build up the stands at the side. We could even get them a little bit closer. See, something like that would work for me. Is it? Oh, it's almost the length. We'd need a bit more. That's unfortunate. Maybe. It might be doable. Perhaps we can just do it at that length. Like that. And do something else at the corners. It seems pretty straight. But what I was thinking we could do. Could we make that a little smaller? Is something like this. We'll get it quite close to the pitch. Closer than it would be. Is that about central? It is, isn't it? Because you can go there. And then just knock it up 2, 3, 4. Maybe that would do. And we just have the little stands in like that. That's not too bad, is it? I like it. You can hide the gubbins. It's not quite. It's up 1 and then down shift 1. But yeah, there you go. We could do something like that around the sides and then hide this at the back. That's not bad. Don't know about the roof to this stand over this side. There you go. Has anybody ever watched these play? Is it Pollock Football Club? I think so. It's a bit of a journey for me to go visit from Texas. But that is an idea I've had. So there you go. If you wanted to make a small ground that just has some concrete stands. You could even put people there, couldn't you? Yeah. I like it. We still don't have the high rises yet. I'm leaving a space for those, so we'll probably not worry about detailing over here. I have done this. I've just added some buildings around here. This one's pretty accurate. These down here. And I did put the car park in. Here we go. We've got some tiles down there. Some car park tiles. It doesn't look too bad. It sort of finishes off the area. I've started to build a wall around here as well. And the rest will be trees and foliage. Not really enough to time-lapse it all. Today, where we're going, like round here, we've got to do the little wiggle up here. I guess we should have a look at the map, shouldn't we? This is where we'll be heading. And if we zoom in, the entrance in the middle-ish here is going through the station. And then up here with a path behind some housing. Now, what are the houses like? Should we go street view? Okay, we've got some of these semi-detached houses. We could definitely do that. I believe Mad Hatter's made some semi-detached houses. That looks lovely. Perhaps we can achieve that. I would like to. There's front garden, rear garden. We've seen these before. Mad Hatter's done those as well. So we could do this entire row by the looks of things. A few modern-ish houses and then a few grandiose housing. What we got over there? We got maybe we can work out some sort of terrace going along there as well. Again with the modern-ish semi-detached housing. Very copy and paste, isn't it, down here? We can manage that. That looks lovely. Oh yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Anyway, you're getting distracted. Our challenge today is going to be getting a little path under here, I think. I don't know what's going on down there, to be honest. We're going to have a look. Oh, we've got that sign. Not with Langside on it, but we do. Oh, you can't go any further. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought we'd be able to get right down and see into the into the station. Not quite. Google stopped here and then reversed, did you? You can get round there, can't you? Yeah, we could probably do this. We can maybe have a section that is a bridge. Or we just plough into the side and pretend that there's a tunnel there. We'll see, we'll see. This bit will be a double. We don't have singles. Bus shelters here. It's stuff we've done before, except this centre bit. That's going to be the challenge today. After Langside, we eventually come into Cathcart Station and the Junction Station, which will be a bit of fun. And then, of course, our final station on the Cathcart line, Circle, is Mount Florida, the ones we haven't put in anyway. And we may indeed put Hampton Park in over there. There we go. What on earth is that? That is absolutely monstrous. Is that a big industrial place? It almost looks like it was some massive rail depot of some sort. Doesn't it? That's absolutely huge. I wonder if we can do anything with this building. We'll have to have a look through the assets and I'll get back to you on that. Back in our version of what we've just been looking at. We've got to head out a little further from Pollokshaws East here. Do a little wiggle up. We'll probably have this a little further along. And then we'll head further along still. And have our junction probably somewhere around here instead. Yeah, it would be up a little bit, wouldn't it? It would be somewhere like that. Just so we've got enough room to fit in Mount Florida here. As well as the junction. And that's Cathcart. Yes, as well as Cathcart. Should we check up on Strathbungo here? Because this is the only place within the city limits that has AI mixed with our detailing. How's it going? They're actually behaving, aren't they, at the moment? They are indeed. Okay, good news. We might be able to have some more little AI areas hidden away with detailing. Oh, what's this? There's lots of bears around, isn't there? Where's Broxy? Is Broxy about? You're getting slightly distracted here, Mr. T. It's fine. I don't know. Has he moved into one of these houses? Who's that down there? Nothing to see there. I don't know where Broxy's gone. We've lost Broxy. I'm sure we'll see him again. We could always name every bear Broxy. But anyway, shall we get this building? Let's go straight from here. We're going to keep it nice and straight before we do our wiggle. We've got the little wiggle. Before we head to Langside here. So this is where we can start turning up. And then we're going to be a little bit after where it is on here. We'll have a little straight section. And then we curve in for the station. So the station's going to start on a curve and then head straight. Which should be something like that. There we go. Crossing over where we would be. If we're having the station here, it's not too far away. I like this area. It does mean I could have maybe moved all of this, which we can't do with no move it. It would be awful to move it now. It would have been nice to move it along just a little bit to get it even. It's not a million miles off, is it? I think it's acceptable. Shall we see if we can't get this station outlined at the very least? If we go on this curve, it does kind of start on a curve. 80 meters brings us to there. Well, do you know, it's not too far off centre, is it? We might be okay here. And then the other one would be something like that. And then we'll do our shift trick to bring this in over here. And we'll do the same up here. Please connect. We'll do the same up here. There we go. I think that'll do for the station. That means we can just adjust how we come in here. We'll follow that round. Do we need to? Yeah, we do need to follow it around because we need to make us... Well, is that a bit wonky? No, I don't think it matters. It does look a bit wonky, doesn't it? I don't know what's gone on there. Let's redo that. I'm not happy with that at all. Let's go from that point there. Looking at it, if we just go straight, that should be perfect, shouldn't it? We don't need to curve this section. There's something like that. And this one, it's all trial and error, isn't it? Oh, that's a little nicer. And then will you slide in? There we go. You even maintain. the 40 mile an hour there, because we do need to make this tunnely area just here. We're doing our pencil outline first, figure out where on earth we're going with this. And this is going to go out a little bit further before we get to the junction. That gives us room to move in like that. We don't have anything to worry about just here. We have started to dig into a bit of a hill that's happening over there. So what we need to do is get us a bit of terraforming going of our own. One thing I am super looking forward to over here, once we've got the Train Sim World 2 version of all of this, we might be able to take a look and see if we can't find us where the signals are and any elevation changes I may have missed. So I'm super looking forward to doing all of that. I'll be riding that route quite a bit and taking notes, and hopefully then we can adjust ours as necessary. This has turned out nice, hasn't it? It's quite nice, especially if we get this bit here sorted. Now there is a road bridge. Let's quickly take a look on the map. It looks like the standard red and white. We've seen a lot of that. They're very similar, aren't they? We're on Langside Drive. And yes, that'll be pretty straightforward, I hope. And what about the other side? Is there a bridge? There is a bridge, and it's again red and white. Let's go down here. Yep, red and white there as well. That one's a fairly straightforward bridge, isn't it? Should be able to do that one quite nicely just after. It does look like we're still on an embankment there. Another bridge, maybe we can fit that in, then we've got the junction. Whether we get to the junction today, I'm not entirely sure. So we need to get this bridge in, do we? Since we've already got the depth over at Pollock Shores East here, it should be identical because we've gone absolutely straight or flat all the way to the next station. If we just flatten out to here, we should be spot on, and that should give us our embankment all the way as well. Yes, we're doing some extra terraforming. I've just removed where that fox was running. But eventually, we're going to have something lovely going on here. Okay, so this is where our road's going to be. Somewhere like that should do us. We can see, can't we? We can put the entrance in there. We can bring this round. This is going to go and join at 40. There we go. Perfect. Probably a little more wiggly than real life. Is that going to be 9-ish meters? We can always make it a little bit lower if necessary and bring it back up. Let's get us the track. Beautiful. Do not join anything else, and we'll call you what you're going to be. Langside. And then we'll add the other side in as well. Oh, which platform? Now, these are all 1 and 2, aren't they? I'm not entirely sure. This is awkward. Yes, we may have to redo that. That's a shame. Get rid of you. Oh, that's actually a blessing in disguise, because what I'd like to do is flatten this area. You see, we've got it going lumpy bumpy here. That could actually cause us issues. Something I've been finding out as we've been doing other areas. So if we can get all of the lumpy bumps gone, perhaps it won't make such a meal of it. Scenery wise, either side. This side may actually be the straight side, funnily enough, and that side is the bit where it heads out to. More reasons to redo the shape of that. So this side is not the leading track, the one that dictates what the other one's doing. It would be this one, wouldn't it? Heading that way, which is the one that comes in here. Now, where would we want it? If we turn on the bridge here, would that do it? And then we turn it back off and have that go straight, and then this one bow out. I think that might do it. Let's get at least a platform in, which is going to be P1 on this side. We're going to have it right close to that, aren't we? And about 80 meters. There we go. We're actually a little closer now, meaning that that would branch out. This would be, I mean, it all sorts of both directions. We don't need to go too overboard. Do something like that, and then something like that. That might be the bow we need, and that should be it. if we did want to have this underground thing, would it be something like here would be ideal, wouldn't it? A straight section. I don't know if it will work just like that. It did work. Could we just do that? We might be able to get away with that. We should be able to delete that back down. Do something similar on this side. Put a hole in the ground. There we go. And then we'll turn that back off. And connect back up. It does give us our little access point underneath. I sort of like it. And then this would be heading that way. Is that going to work? If we can eyeball this? I think it might. We do have to be careful because we've got to get our stairs in there. Obviously we can redo that section. So if we turn that back on for up to there. We want this back on. We'll connect up to where we're stopping the bridge here. Did that do it? It did. Turn that back off again. Connect back up. We do slow a little bit down into the station, but that's okay. Continue you off up there. This is the bit that comes in. And then we'll have another bridge just there. Okay, we do have something to play with right here. Whether it works, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out together. It might, is the what I'm seeing there. Because this is where that's going to be going, isn't it? Along here. Need that a little bit bigger. Oh, you're kind of beautiful. I think we might be able to get this in. I'll be a little bit surprised, but also a little bit happy. Now the question is, could we possibly do something similar down here? And just have a gap underneath? I would have to delete that. It would be at this section, wouldn't it? Turn that on. Go into our passenger thingies here. It would be somewhere like... We could turn that off, I guess. Somewhere like that. I believe you've done it. You have. Okay. And then while that's separate, can we do another bit just here? Exactly the same. Does that go all the way through? It does. Guys, we can have a path going underneath. Will it work? I don't know. Are we going to cheese it a little bit? More than likely. Will you all connect up now? Turn that back off. Without making too much of a mess under... Oh, it's going to do it. Well, I'm a little bit surprised, to be fair, that this is going to work. I'm a little bit happy as well. Alright, that's just joining up there. Can we fit a path under there before we do anything? I said one of these. Do that. Hold shift. Really? Really? I mean, if this does do a thing, I'll be super happy. We could have anything under here to represent that. We're going to hide it a little bit. But it does give us the sort of thing we need, doesn't it? The other path would be kind of that way. Might need to go out a little bit further. Go along there somehow. And then the other one goes along there. And then we've got our houses in there. Perhaps, guys, perhaps we might be on to a winner. Right, well, let's get the station in. And then hopefully we have a similar fantastic outcome to what we got over at Polloksfields East there. Oh, you've done it again, you absolute plonker. Who was yelling at me after all that work? Well, this would be a test, wouldn't it? Well, not really, because everything's in place. I do need to do this again. Oh, pay attention to what you're doing. Why I keep doing that side is beyond me. It is that 1 and 2, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to research. Well, would you believe it? I actually feel like this is P2, unlike these two. Which wouldn't make much sense, but that's the way it looks to me. It's really difficult to find out. So, after all that, it looks like we're just going with the same. What are the odds on that? Well, pretty high if I'm doing it, to be fair. Let's face it. It could be a little bit tidier, couldn't it, from this point? Yeah, I sort of like that. We can head out from here into there. That's a better curve. Yes, we've got to do that bit again. But if we put this in, turn this into a station and delete that section back. I prefer that. Yeah, then we can get that in. And do maybe a gentler curve up to that point from here. Like that. Yes. And then draw our platform following the track. Should give it a little bit more of a curve. If it'll hook in there. Are you going to hook in? I'm hoping it hooks it. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that we've got the straight section here because we've got a little bit of work to do with our tunnel there. We're close enough, I think. All the reference images I've seen, the straight section of this station looks to be 2. So we could have left it in. I mean, hindsight, right? Hindsight. This is why you research. To be fair, I'm none the wiser. So, yes, we're just going to put it in. I'm having it this way round, and we'll leave it at that, I think. At some point, we may be able to redo it again. Who knows? I mean, there is the opportunity to reuse different, or the new station mod that's coming. We want to join to new station, which is that place, which we've got to rename again, Langside. That, to me, is the way round it goes. Right, do we have enough room for pedestrians to get under there? We do. Can we hide all of that gubbins? We can. Other than that, we've just got to redo this section here with a nice bit of bridge. I think what the best bet would be is to actually put these stairs in now, finally, and get this working. We want -9. We want to connect it up to there. Hopefully we've got enough room for this. It's going to be a little bit awkward if we haven't. It does look like it wants to connect. And how close can we get you over that side? Because we're going to need a bit of room, aren't we? As long as we can get you perfect there. Can we get you in there? I like it because we're going to hide all of this. And now, what can we do with this piece of track? Hopefully, I've not absolutely ruined it by making this an impossible connection. Oh, you have. So we're going to have to come out a little bit straighter there, aren't we? In order to make that work. Yeah, I haven't left us enough room, have I? It's going to be like the 90th time we delete this. Let's give us the red... Is it red and white? Yeah. That one there. Up to that point. Yes. And then we need to do the same over here. Up to that point there. Has that left it almost perfect? I think it has, hasn't it? That into there. Oh, that's colliding. It's a bit close, but it might actually work. I don't like it. This bridge is probably a little long, isn't it? Oh, guys, what have I done? We just need a shorter bridge, I think. Go there. Then we have our little bridge. Yes. Bring this out and almost parallel. And that can go something like that with that on. Okay. Then we join up to our actual track again, but we'll redraw that little section up here. And that solves the issue, I believe. I really need to get enough room down there, don't I? To make this work. I would like you to connect nicely, though. I mean, we could have a bit of a gap in the middle. It seems a bit excessive. We'll turn on electrification again. It's not pleasant. I'm not liking this little bridge section. But I feel like we've got an issue anyway trying to get this in. I don't think it's going to work. Terrain off. You will connect. That's not the problem we've got, is it? The problem we've got is this section just here is too narrow. Can we keep these intact? We can. What we can do, because this section is just fine. If I do that and that. Oh, come on. Delete that bit of road. The pavement. You just connect there. Delete the station. Yeah, because that's not going to work as is it? That was not going to work at all. This is going to be the station. That's going to be the station. Platform. Platform, which I'm hoping will line up nicely. Does that give us everything we need there? It does. This side was absolutely fine. Fingers crossed, guys, that today we'll have this station in. Even though it's a little bit on the tricky side. I do like this side. The curve this side is fine. We have no bridges. We have to recreate that side. So we'll keep that as is. However, on this side, I feel like we need to go a little straighter or a little longer to give us the gap required to get over here. We just want you to go in a little less because we do have to get these stairs in. That's perfect, isn't it? There we go. Do we still have our tunnel? No. We've lost a bit of our tunnel, guys. Which bit? It was this bit. Perfect. Right, get you in there. That's given us our tunnel back. Lovely. Will you connect up there? You will. Even better. Now can we get these stairs in, which are proving to be a real pain. I would love them to go in. This should be much curvier on this side, but we're struggling a bit with space here. Let's try this for the millionth time. See if we can't get it working. That went in a bit quick. Worrying. There and there. That's going to be do not join. And then we want... And we do want to join there. There we go. That should be 1 and 2. And then we can try our stairs. Again. Dear oh dear. Oh, it might work. It might work. Can we get this track just running off? I did see that we've got a lot more room on that side. I don't know about you guys. If this is going round at that angle, is that pleasant? I think it is, isn't it? Now, if you're going around... Hold shift. You're going around like that. And I turn that on. You've made the bridge. Do we fit down here? Come on, seriously. I'm determined. Oh, guys, I saw it. Nailed it. We're in. Take it. This bridge is longer than the other, but I really don't care right now. Yes, that is absolutely fine. It is a little bit curvier, perhaps. Turn that off. But it's not as bad. That's better. That's better. We can live with that, I think. Now, can we get a road under there as well? I'm not asking for much. Just roads. Then pavements under stations. Yep, and we've got to touch the road as well. Perhaps if we put this in, we can figure out roughly where this needs to be. And then make the bridge short enough. Is that it? Are we in? Yeah. Well, we could detail this side up. I don't mind it like that. Obviously, we're going to have to take off the trees here. Although, they're only poking through either side. We can even cover up underneath if that's how it is, but I don't think it is. Acceptable, guys? I mean, distance-wise, yes. We've got that bit. Let's configure this. I would love to get a little staircase in there. There we go. I don't know how we're going to actually connect that just yet. Probably a little hidden underground thing down here. Let's see if we can't get the pavement back in. Will you go back under there? Really? We've got the connection. You can see the connection coming down. But how do we connect that from under there? We just put one of these in underneath, off to the side, and just brick wall it. Maybe? Can we put you in? And you join to there? Add stairs or underpass to connect the subway entrance. I added stairs. We've got a stairs and underpass. Configure. Why are you not connecting? Up and down. No? That's not working. No! No, 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 no. What have you done? Oh, what have you done? Do you know... Oh, dear. I broke it, guys. I am so sad. I'm going to go away and rebuild that. Guys, I rebuilt it. Absolutely my own fault. I deserved it, didn't I? I deserved it. Right, anyway. We'll get that back in and we'll figure out how on earth we're going to connect these up. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to do it. We might have to budget along one side or the other. I've saved it this time so we can work it out. They're not going to work, are they? Absolutely not. What have you done? Unless it puts it underneath, which would be interesting. Let's try a couple of different entrances and styles, just so we can work out whether this will actually work or not. Will you connect? It's looking like it, isn't it? It's looking like that should connect in like that. As long as we've got the little path. Connect you to there. Oh, it's not complaining. There we go. Guys, we did it. I don't know. I guess you just have to mess with it a bit. It could have been that bit that was doing it. It could have been this bit that did it. We needed this here anyway, didn't we? Otherwise it wouldn't work the best. There we go. I'll take it. We can hide all that gubbins under there, can't we? Now, what did we say was on this side? We'll just put some houses in, I think. The 1960 semi. Yeah. Assets, terrain, lanes. Don't just put it down anywhere. What's the point in that? They do have a back garden and a little bit of a front garden, exactly how we need them. Apparently they can exit out the rear as well. Now, our station is far less curvier. There is a house that intersects the T-junction of the pavement. And then we'll have one there and one there. This is going to come down towards the road, something like that. And then the other side is going to be our other types of housing. We're going to bring that out there. We're going to bring that down towards the road. We're probably best to do the little connection bits once the road's in. And that's going to be just a normal small side street. I think that's what we're going to go with there. Not one way, this one just here. And that'll be absolutely perfect. There we go. We'll get you in there. That's going to connect up to a road over here somewhere. We could make that go a little bit like that. Connect you into a bigger road, which would be going under like that. Hold shift. Will you connect to the... You are connected already. That means we can go a little bit straighter. Right, we're in. Now what we can do is hopefully connect these up with these. 3 meter pavement down the side here. Do we want to leave a little bit of room for a fence? I think we do. Redraw that a whole thing again. We'll draw this road up and connect it to this one, I think. Would be a better idea. We're just going to send you out for now. I would just like to connect into there. So if we go across here, all in one span, I would really like you to leave me enough room and go straight. That's kind of nice. Put you in there. And same this side, please, without messing it up. There we go. That leaves us enough room for a bit of a fence either side. Did I turn population on these? Let's have 5 people in each. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. We have our pavement. I think we're only going to fit one house in here, unfortunately. And it's going to be one of these. But that will do, wouldn't it? Big semi on the corner. And one on that side. And then we'll do a mirror of the 1960s semis over here. Something like that. We do want to leave a little bit of a gap. We can draw a fence down the middle. Have you left it off again? You have. Congratulations. Oh, it's almost... I might actually redo where that road goes slightly. We can go a little bit to the side up there. And then do something similar over here. Got the everything on this time. There we go. Beautiful. Turn this on. Really like the extra population over here. There, I think we're good. Right, can we get that road just to head off down the side? Will you just curve round? There we go. Whether it's like that in real life, I'll double check. Yes. We can extend this line. Let's make us a temporary crossover just here. And we'll again... We've got a bit of a journey now. Our next stop is going to be Cathcart, which is up there a little bit. We've got to bring up the junction section. We've got the little wiggle here, which could probably be a little smoother now. I think we can just glide round better like that. There we go. And then, yes, that's just going in there. And all of a sudden, it looks like I planned it that way. I'll need to tidy up the road. There are ways to do that and do in smaller sections. All right, let's put in a temporary crossover. In like that makes quite a bit of sense. There we go. We'll put in a signal. We may even put in a second train at the moment. One way, absolutely. Get you in there. We're going to need another one-way signal up here. We are going to have to electrify it as well. Because I turned that off at some point. So let's get that. Electrification tool. Get you electrified like that. Guys, we have Langside Station in. We have our crossover. We could possibly plonk in another signal just before you get on the bridge there. And we've got one here. We can get rid of the crossover just there. No longer required. And we'll bring a signal just before the bridge there. Not sure when it actually is. Let's fix this train. Manage line. It should be on P7 in Glasgow. So now, after Pollock Shores East, you are going to Langside. Back to Pollock Shores East. Make sure you're on 7. And guys, we're in. We have actually done it. We've got that extended. Where's our train? Which way are you heading? You heading into Glasgow? Unfortunately, you are. Manage vehicle. Do you know what? Let's duplicate you. But anyway, guys, bit of a journey all the way to Langside from Glasgow Central. 2 stations left. The most difficult one might have been that one we just done. That was a tricky thing to do underneath. Deleting it by mistake probably didn't help, but I did have a lot of fun building it. Hope you had a lot of fun or learnt a lot when I was building it too. Guys, until next time, take care.